Hello everyone, I'm Alex. Today, I'm watching UK's Scariest Debt Collector with George Memulus.
Hello.
George, does anybody owe you any money?
Yes.
What would you do to them if they didn't pay you on time?
I would say please pay me on time, otherwise I will go through the proper legal procedure to get that money back.
I will take you to the small claims court and it will be a minor inconvenience for you. I don't think that's how it's going to go on this show.
Do you remember when we had debt collectors turn up to the flat once?
Yeah, to be fair, I got a summons to a court this week.
For what? What? Sorry, what? What? For what?
Council tax.
You're going to court because you haven't paid your council tax?
No, I called them up and we figured out that it was just a misunderstanding.
Okay, good. But do you remember when we had that? There was like two big burly men that turned up at our flat. It was like midday. I was up and I get a knock on the door from these two big burly men. Alex comes out like stumbling, like half naked, be like, "What's going on?" And these big burly men are going, "Are either of you Miss Wu?"
And you went, "I could be under the mask. I could be whoever you want me to be."
But he was like, "Do you have any proof that neither of you are Miss Wu?"
Genitalia. Do you want to see him? Have a look. I actually don't remember this at all.
Do you not? Oh, and they tried to get like a copy of our tenancy agreement, but I said no. Like, we're clearly not. Neither of us are Miss Wu. Go away.
Oh, I do remember, because then you stabbed them both, didn't you?
Yes, that's what happened. Yes.
Like you do with any. You do that with delivery drivers as well, and they get your order wrong. It's quite horrible. England!
England, England, England.
What is this intro?
Is that like the name of the series? Are they doing like a series about being proud to be Britain and it's the UK's scariest debt collector?
Why Britain is so great? We're the scariest debt collectors you've ever seen. The thing is, you know this is just going to be him knocking on like really poor people's doors and just being like, "Give me your money," and they're like going to be less than fortunate people. Wow, nice car.
How many old ladies' legs did you need to break to get that, eh?
There's a path.
Oh, can I
we used to
what?
live there.
We used to live here.
Wait, can we see our building?
What would you do if it's the two people that that knocked on our door? Yeah,
It might have been.
we're looking for a Miss Wu. We're going to two YouTubers' houses to break their kneecaps in.
But I think mine was all actually chiselled out for me. Realistically, I shouldn't be here. I'm being kidnapped, thrown in a boot, 50 grand on my head, 100 grand on my head. What the fuck have I been doing for the last like 5 or 10 years?
Pete, when looking back at my YouTube channel, what the fuck have I been doing for the last 5 or 10 years?
I had 50 grand bounty on my head, 100 grand bounty on my head. Dove was after me. I'm sorry, but why would a debt collector, right? Let's say TV license man. If you're a TV license man and you've got 100 grand on your head, then you're probably doing your job wrong.
I mean, I don't think he's collecting TV licenses, Alex.
That might be where he makes a lot of his money, to be fair. Please don't come to my house, I beg.
People are being shot. They get blasted in their legs. They get petrol poured over them.
If the debt collector comes over and you manage to pour a gallon of petrol over them, then I think they deserve what's coming to them. Nobody will be able to pour a gallon of petrol over me.
You wouldn't allow that.
Sure, they've got to unscrew the cap in front of you.
But they probably have you tied up. Or you might be asleep and then they pour it over you. Then what? Like, what are you going to do if a big man's holding you down and then another one's pouring petrol over you? Huh? You can't do anything.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
think
not saying,
about that.
oh, they can't just stab me. I'll just run away.
But if they're a debt collector, you're knocking on somebody's door. If somebody manages to tie up the debt collector, then they're bad at their job. I'm sorry to say. I think this man is bad at his job. This is quite scary.
10 years ago, Sean Smith was fighting a war against a rival drug gang. To win, he introduced urban terrorism to the British underworld.
Sounds like a nice enough guy.
Your dad's best mate. So that's like the type of person your dad brings round. And you're like, why is this person...
Who the fuck is your dad?
I don't know. New Milton's a rough place. There's rough estates in New Milton. Right next to Barton-on-Sea, like between the ice cream shop, the little ice cream shop, and the Londis, it could get quite gnarly down there.
Victims were firebombed with homemade napalm.
It sounds like where
attacked with
Wallace and
grenades,
Gromit would
and
live.
sprayed up with machine guns.
What is
In
spraying up with machine
retaliation, his
gun?
enemies tried to blow Sean up with a car bomb.
Bloody hell. You must...
What debts does he collect?
What have you done? How much have you pissed someone off to the point where they want to blow you up with a car bomb?
How many times does the TV license man have to knock on your door before you put a bomb in his car?
Once.
The biggest explosion on mainland Britain between the fall of the IRA and 7/7.
And he's still living. God, look at him.
He doesn't look like the type of guy who could survive all of this, does he? But maybe that's the charm.
Today, after 5 years in prison, he is trying to modify those skills by working as a debt collector in the straight-going economy.
Oh, so he was a criminal who's now chasing after other people who aren't paying up on their debts. That seems like a bit of like a snitchy thing to do. If you were somebody who was going around like committing crimes and now you're going to, hold other people accountable? Like that just,
He's turned a new leaf, Alex.
Couldn't he have just gone and worked at like Morrison's?
Yeah, but that's not as fun as whatever this is.
Oh, yeah, well, he gets a kick out of this because it's the excuse to beat up other people.
He should start a podcast or something. That's what he should do. That's what they all do nowadays, isn't it? Like the ones who like fucking killed someone, they'll just have a podcast.
And they'll always have a story about something that's like absolutely insane about like how they are on the same wing as like Charles Bronson. Is that his name?
Yeah, that's one of them.
They're always like, yeah, I knew him. And I'm like, it seems like all of you. Is it just like hanging out with mates? Is that what prison's like?
I guess it's like I don't know, KSI in the UK scene. Like everyone has met him, but like a lot of people let on.
But they know him more than they actually do.
Yeah. I definitely don't do that. I definitely didn't upload a video a few weeks ago called Reunited with My Best Mate KSI. We actually are best friends.
I think if I took on every job that people offer you, I'd be dead in 12 months. I value life.
Me talking about my brand deals. Too many brand deals. I'd die of exhaustion. Too many Reddit videos to film.
Then when somebody says, how many more Fat Family videos are you going to be able to do? And I'm like, they'll kill me. Where the fuck is this?
Warrington. It just said.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but I mean, is this a gym or a prison?
It's probably a gym, Alex. I'd assume by the apparatus and the big sign that says the Muscle House Gym.
Yeah, no, it might be a gym actually.
It's got sunbeds as well.
Oh, that's good. And punch
You
bags.
don't normally see those at a gym, but it's good that they got them.
A bunch of really tanned people lifting weights is actually quite hilarious.
I've always been out, debt collecting pubs, violence. You call it enforced, I call it being a mediator. I don't give a fuck if anyone else will stand up against anyone. No one's got nothing I haven't got.
What does that achieve spitting on the gloves? That can't really do much.
Yeah, why is he punching himself? That looks painful. Also, he looks like he's been on the sunbed way too long. He's red.
You're insulting him a lot, Alex. Like, you're acting as if he hasn't survived a car bomb.
All I'm going to say is that no debt collector scares me. No, I'm going to regret that, actually. He might come to my house. I hope he's got a podcast, because then he'll leave me alone. But if he doesn't, then he might come and get me. I swear I've paid all my debts.
I want it the most. It's not how big the dog is, it's how big the fight is in the dog. And I won't fucking stop, that's it.
Well, I don't know about that, because if it was like a chihuahua that really wanted to hurt you, I'd be fine with that. But if it was like, what was it? What were those big ones? Like a Malmut? Is that what it's called? A Malmute? If it's one of those, no.
These are some of the lads that are always sick with me. I can see the big fella there with the cap on. Alright. And yeah, you don't want them looking.
They look like some lovely lads.
This would be what the E-boys would look like if it had gone on for another, 6 months.
Just average British males.
The wear and tear of doing...
Of living in England.
3 more E-boys chess videos would have made me look exactly like this guy. I would have been there.
You're insulting these guys, Alex, but they're going to come after you. I'm not insulting these guys.
Look at me, I would be better off if I ended up like them. I can't defend for myself. I could barely even survive on my own. I wish I was like these people. It's more out of jealousy.
Even when you do fucking smile.
Only just when you smile.
Looks like a bulldog shooter watching.
See, that's ruder than anything I said. I wouldn't say that about them. I wouldn't say anything like that. I'm nicer than that.
And he's ran up a debt, so he knew my mate was about to come out of jail. And he's basically filled the yard with contaminated waste, the environmental health report, a 300 grand bill on it.
Fucking hell, what's he put in there? Like a nuclear bomb? What is contaminated waste when it's at home?
I don't know. I don't know what constitutes that.
Novichok? What is he filling that place with?
He moved it. 300,000 to a lot of money.
Oh, what would you do if he gets there and it's just the 8,000 E-boys hoodies that we don't know where they ever went? That's contaminated waste. 300 grand.
Still don't know where those went.
We will never know where they were. We were told they went to charity shops, but we have no proof that they ever went there. We don't know. We should get the debt collectors on it. They should go and find out. We're owed those hoodies. It's only been 3 years since they were meant to be delivered. We might be able to make a decent buck off those, George, if we can find them.
We didn't even sell them, Alex. That's the thing. We didn't sell them.
Well, this is the thing. We send a debt collector over there. He brings them back. We sell our hoodies, we make a tiny profit. Maybe we could work something out, Scariest debt collector. Hit my line.
So I'm hoping we can sort this out. Show you that, yeah.
Hot and cold food. Is there any? That's really kind of the only option.
Lukewarm food. I suppose that doesn't look as good on
No,
the side.
it doesn't look as appeasing at all.
Room temperature food.
Sort of like a play on a Hell's Kitchen. Only 4-star, by the way, putting 4-star hygiene award with like a MS Paint arrow as a way of advertisement. It's like the funniest thing ever. It's like not quite 5, but like, to be fair, with a sign that
4,
looks
you
like
probably won't get food poisoning.
that. Yeah, that's
probably.
that's good enough.
Little, you know, welding, painters, garages. I do work for most of these around here. You know, the way the economy is now, the country's on its arse.
How long ago was this uploaded?
This was uploaded 10 years ago.
Good to know things have not changed.
Good to know that things have definitely
It's actually
improved.
gotten worse, if anything.
Somehow, we're in a recession. And as YouTubers, we're obviously hit the hardest.
My earnings went from 1 million to 700,000. Ah!
Oh god, I'm gonna have to sell one of my Rolexes.
I'll have to sell one of my Rolls Royces.
Average YouTuber problem. You'll see them moping around on Instagram stories. Oh, I've reopened my Cameo.
I do that, but just when I want to buy a takeaway. Like, I just feel like I fancy a takeaway, I'll open my Cameo.
That is, but YouTuber's just a life hack, isn't it? The fact that you can be like, I want to take away, so I'll just like tell some fucking people that, you know, I'll just say hello to them for 20 minutes. That's unreal. And somehow we're in a recession. Why doesn't everybody just do that?
So do you think us when we come and collect it for them? But they all get to know us because we've got the gym and we're local, you know, there's always, you know, if you want like 10 or 15 members in 10 minutes, they can have that in 10 minutes. You know, you can't really get that anyway.
Could you imagine fucking 15 people who look like him turning up at your door? You would give them the money. It would. This works. Like, in theory, this works. Like, there's no way that somebody gets there and they go, oh,
What
no.
if they physically don't have the money, Alex? Then what?
There's more than you can trade than money.
I don't think these people will accept sex with a man as payment for like 10 grand or something.
a 45-year-old overweight bloke who's like, he's dumped toxic waste in a bed. He's going, you can take me. Yeah, it might not work. Just a guy who looks like that Barry Stanton Twitter account.
We always make sure there's good, strong lads behind us.
That's gay.
It's this one. Yeah, it is this one, yeah.
Look at how they put the canines out. They're going to rip him to shreds.
There's no
Poor
way.
guy.
There's no way that thing has been trained. Like, absolutely no way. I can't believe, by the way, but it isn't like just 70 exo bullies that they have with them.
This is 10 years ago. I don't think they'd made the journey across the Atlantic yet.
They hadn't been invented.
But what I'm going to do, I'm just having a look on the cabin, see if there's anything here. We're going to fuck off. Mikey's going to sit on this tonight in case anyone comes back and forth. And then we can just nab it. We'll just nab whoever it is then.
Average YouTuber flat looks like this, by the way. This is the average YouTuber household. If you've ever been invited around a YouTuber's house, it looks like this. And I'm not including myself in that, by the way.
You are like this.
That is me. This is my house, actually. He's actually hunting for me.
Look at it. Fucking blade.
That's not a blade, though, is it? It's a kitchen. I've got that in my kitchen. That's not
Well,
like...
it is a blade. It is a blade.
Okay, yeah, but I was expecting, like, some fucking, like a sword or something. I was expecting, like, one of those machetes that you see. I remember when we lived in London, just, like, walking into my flat, and somebody came out, and they were walking just like this. And I was like, oh, don't stare, they might be disabled. No, thank God for that. They weren't disabled. They had a machete shoved down their fucking trousers. So I was expecting something more like that because, you know, as somebody who lived in the ends, George, you wouldn't understand, right? As somebody who...
We lived in the same place.
As somebody who grew up on the ends, you know, I had to fight for my life every day. And that's not something you'd be able to relate to.
Okay.
As somebody from Birmingham. You're from Birmingham, the nicest place in the UK.
And me and Mikey can collect it. You happy with that? Sound, go on then.
Why is he cleaning the blade? Is he going to use it?
Often, Sean's debts fall into the grey area between the legit economy and the underworld.
That is not somebody's real voice. That is somebody's voice pitched down. The voice documentary person who's like 17 when they made this has pitched their voice down to sound like it's as hard as those people. That is not real.
Often, Sean's debts fall into the grey area between the legit economy and the underworld.
That's not somebody. That's not a real voice.
To recover the debt, Sean has brought backup and a dog unit. But just in case things get out of control, off camera there is a notorious gangster with a history of firearms and extreme violence.
We don't know him. Our mate knows him. He will know who we are after tonight.
I'm half expecting to tell up, and it's just going to be you, George, in your mask. It wouldn't surprise me if you get up to nefarious gangster-type acts in your spare time. That's why you wear the mask. So you could hide your criminal activity.
Yeah, of course. That's of course why I wear the mask, not because I'm just socially fucking incompetent.
If you were a gangster, what type of gangster? Would you be like Tony Soprano, or would you be like Walter White?
I would be like neither. I would be like, you know, like like a clip art image of like a kid with like a big gold thing.
What about
and, like walking like that, like swagged out? Like I'd be a clip art,
like the SpongeBob one with all the money and like the grill?
Yeah.
You'd be like that.
One sec, let me find a clip art gangster.
Clip art gangster. That's the least gangster thing anybody can say.
No, like a clip art of a gangster gold chain.
You've got to pull something up as word art.
Oh, have you seen? I'm thinking more like Gangster Bugs Bunny.
Gangster Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. Do you remember Gangster Bugs Bunny?
Yes. Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah. Actually, do you know
I
what?
can relate to him.
Yeah, he's very angry.
No, he's not. He's just stones.
Mate,
Him and I love drugs.
He looks evil, man. You know, by the way, that somebody has hung up something like this in their house on their wall.
Yeah, me.
Oh my god.
Having a flat, he might just have that for his mail. Do you know what I mean? He might just check his mail, then fuck back off to where he's got his bear and his kids. Because I'll knock on the name and go, have you seen Andy? If they say yet, then that's it. Game over.
Just press every buzzer.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's him?
What, Gangster SpongeBob?
No, no. Do you reckon that's the guy they're looking for? Do you think he's just gonna beat up this like 85-year-old man?
I hope not.
I hope he does, because then it'd be entertaining.
Some debts you can ring up, you can make a phone call, get paid. Some debts you turn up and before you know it, you're all rolling around before like a gang of idiots. This one is just, it's a waiting game. He's obviously having a good time with someone else's money, but that time will run out. As soon as it does, here's the knock.
Britain is one of the ugliest places ever.
Yeah, it's not a pretty cut. I mean, some parts of it are pretty, but like the industrial state area of England, no. But I don't think it's supposed to.
All right,
be,
let's
really.
name the 3 prettiest places in Britain.
The
Smethwick,
Cotswolds,
Smethwick, Birmingham,
Scotland's Highlands,
Smethwick, Birmingham, Birmingham New Street, Birmingham NEC.
Luton.
Birmingham NEC is the prettiest place ever. More specifically, the Genting Casino. Go to the Genting Casino if you want to go there. You see the world's richest, finest, and most beautiful people hanging out, don't you, George?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those places where if you go there, you know that you've made it in life. You're hanging around with truly Britain's finest.
Yeah, first one in a couple of months I've not worn a balaclava.
Sounds like you.
Yeah, except I always wear a balaclava. No face, no case. As soon as you slip up, that's when they get you. You shouldn't be saying this on Vice documentaries. I never would.
You cover your tracks really
That's
well.
how they never got me.
Who knows what for? Maybe we should go into detail. Don't ask where George was when the Queen died.
Didn't kill the Queen.
Nobody knows where he was that day. Don't ask him. He won't tell you.
I was not in the country.
Don't ask George was when the King turned out to have cancer.
Oh yeah, I did that.
He poisoned him over a
Poisoned
series
him with cancer.
over a series of years. He nuclear radiation him. That's like you could do to somebody, right? You could blast them with nuclear radiation.
If you
and
say
they get
so.
cancer. I'm pretty sure you can. I wouldn't know because I didn't do that to the King, or did I?
I want to pull and tell how it is, and it's got to be paid. You can just tell me I'm a friend.
Where does this guy work?
He works as a debt collector, Alex.
No, the guy
He's a debt
that-
collector. It says right there.
No, yeah, but the guy they're talking to.
So basically, we come on, you're taking a piss.
Is it a
Tell me
car
he's a fucking tough fella.
dealer?
As long as we come to an agreement to that
They've come to beat up a car dealer.
paid.
Okay,
If it's not, I fuck off and them two speak to you.
right, okay.
They're gonna kill the car dealer,
Oh
George.
God, no.
They're gonna beat up the car dealer.
No, he just wants to sell his nice car.
Mate, he shook me hand, fucking sweating buckets. So it's a good day. 1, he'll pay. 2, he's got.
Well, that's a really cool logo on the back of the car.
Bitch. Nice.
Have you ever had anybody say to you, I've been really thinking about moving to the UK. What do you think? I mean, I might just link them this video and say, take it in. This is England. They've got a little Batman drawn on the fucking... What is that? A missing... That was probably a missing person. And somebody's drawn over it with a fucking Batman.
You pass that fear because the fire and the gun or the steel container, the ram on the car, and the pouring petrol in the saying they're going to light it. You have this sort of being where you think, no, I'm not going to... If I'm going to die, I'll go out fucking fighting or I'll go out roaring.
And this was all over a TV license, which is crazy.
I don't think it was. This is probably over a lot more, Alex. Like, this guy has clearly done and been through a lot in his life. It's clearly not over a mere TV license.
Okay.
It's clearly over something far more serious.
Somebody dodged 2 TV license payments. Then, I think... I've seen you to the TV license, man. I don't think it's far-fetched that you would pour petrol over somebody.
I wouldn't. He sends me a letter every 2 weeks on the dot.
You still haven't paid.
I still haven't paid because he's bluffing. He sent me a letter every 2 weeks for like the entire year and a bit I've lived in this flat. Not once has he showed up. He didn't have the balls. He's hiding behind a letter.
Send this man, and we'll see if that stays unpaid.
He's actually on YouTube. He put
It's you.
Is that me, is it?
on his wheelchair
It's you. It's looking like you.
and let the gas go.
Facially, he does look a little bit like you.
We've got the same hairline.
But one run out of gas because the guy wouldn't sell his new fire extinguishers. He only sold the second-hand ones and he made us scratch his company logo off in case I died. I just thought, fuck it, if I die, I die.
Can we do that as a video idea?
No, I don't want to die. I'm quite happy just making Reddit videos.
I will happily strap myself in the chair. You build the wheelchair, I will use it, and we can put it on the second channel, your second channel.
No, I'm alright, thanks.
Well, I'll sign a form to say that you're not liable for risk. Just let me sit down in the jetpack powered wheelchair
Okay,
for a
yeah, I'll
second
do
channel
that.
video.
For a short. Today, I put my friend in a wheelchair. Blah.
Just explode.
Vine file. Dum.
Just I'm fucking bits of my body everywhere. And then you go, and that's how, and then it loops around.
Tony, the lad who was like, oh, I'll die for Sean, I'll do anything for Sean. If you remember, jumped up in the office and has tried to whip one of the lads with a pathetic punch. The little cockroach was already selling steroids in and around the gym, running away to me. And then lo and behold, we come in on the Friday morning, he's not here, the lads are putting the door down, a couple of lads have gone up, they're kicking the door in, he's not there. So we check our cameras and here he is now, leaving here. Look.
George, you go to the gym, don't you?
Yes, I go to a gym. I don't go to every gym.
Is this you, George, selling steroids to people? 'Cause you're
Yes,
on,
of course it is.
you're on steroids, aren't you?
You can't get these naturally, you know? You can't get this naturally.
No, you really can't. Those were gifted to you by God, I think. You look beautiful.
Shut up.
Just like these guys. You look like these guys, George. People don't realise, by the way, if you want to picture what George Mimulus looks like, it's an amalgamation of all of these guys as if they've been morphed together like in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Thanks for that.
That's what George looks like.
Cheers, that's great, thanks.
How the fucking hell can you live like this? You know, there was like 87 bags of beef scattered all over the couch, all over here. All this stuff is his, what with bins, it's just fucking junk. It was all just a big fucking front.
This looks like the first YouTuber house I moved into. Ironically. It's like, yeah, it's basically look like this. Actually horrific.
Oh. Well, that's what drugs do to you.
That's what Blaze Q&A could have done to me. This could have been me. If I'd have carried on doing Blaze Q&A, I would have ended up like this, George. So, thank every day that I didn't.
I would love to have my daughter on camera and seeing a different side of me, but I don't trust people out there. You know, I don't want them to see my daughter. That's my. I don't want my wife on her either. You know, everyone loves the kids and everyone's got the best kid, but she's just an adorable kid. You know, I have 5 daughters. I'd love to show you me being, yeah, I let them put and draw on my face and, you know, put bows in your hair. Yeah, you're kids, are you? You know, I look stupid, but hey, I'm just a dad, you know.
Oh, he's actually quite nice. I mean, obviously he beats people up a lot.
You didn't see any evidence of that, I don't think.
No, he just alluded to it, didn't he? And it's understandable. When you really think about it, he does a lot of good for us and our society. And if I ever need a debt being collected, like, for example, George, you still owe me some money for some Deliveroos, actually. I will send him over to your house.
All right, thanks.
Bye!